So now it's about to get good right here. Yeah, it's about to get deep. My son, if
Mm-hmm.
sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let's lie in wait for some blood. Let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like Sheol, let us swallow them alive and whole like those who go down to the pit. So let's pause right here. I'm going to just ask you this. You ever been enticed by sinners?
Oh my God, I'm still enticed. What are you talking about? Yeah, all the time.
Right. And the reason why I asked that question is because some people have this misconception that, like once they believe in the Bible or, they have a relationship with God, that they will no longer be enticed. The enticements are going to go away. I want to bring our attention to a very important word, but probably the shortest and the smallest in this sentence is if. If these sinners are enticing you, like I really want to take a look at this because I don't know if it's saying if when we look at this in the Hebrew. I truly believe that when we look at this, it's going to tell us more than just if, because it should really read when this happens, right? Because I think you can attest to the fact that it happens. It's always going to happen. It's something that is a part of life. So I just want to point out to people that this is something not just if, but when it happens to you, you have to be prepared. So I just wanted to point that out to everybody that, it says if, but you need to apply that for when, because if you just think, it ain't going to happen to me because, like I go to church every day or, like I'll be listening to the sermons or I'll be in my Bible, like, nah, unless you living in a hole somewhere and you're not interacting with other people out in the world, then maybe then it won't happen. But if you're out in the real world, you will be enticed. Now, I'm curious, when you look at the types of enticements that have come your way, do you notice a trend forming with certain types of enticements coming more often than others?
Now that you say it, I have to think about that and actually look at that again. But I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure it is a pattern. Yeah.
The reason why I bring that up is because one of the things that is important for us to identify is the ways and the areas in our life that these enticements are coming in. And for many people, they can identify it because it comes a lot. Like for some people, it may be drugs and alcohol. It seems like your friends always want to turn up and they want to turn up in a way where, drugs and alcohol are being brought into it. Now, clearly, I know that people can act responsibly, right? Like I'm not shaming nobody or telling nobody that they shouldn't practice things. But if you know that somebody is trying to get you to turn up beyond a level of responsibility, and you see that happening, that's a pattern that you need to be able to identify, especially if you're being honest and you can say, you know what, that person is kind of a sinner or they are a sinner. I think it's vitally important for us to be able to acknowledge those areas. For many men, they're enticed by women. She may be sweet, she may be good, but she kind of plotting on you in the low. You know what I'm saying? She gonna rock that one dress with those one pumps, and trying to entice you. So when you look at the ambush part where it talks about them ambushing the innocent, like, what's your take on that? Like how those people are coming at us to entice.
I feel like it's the same way when you're saying when sinners entice you. It's like, hey, come on, we're going to keep enticing people. It's just going to be great. It's going to be beautiful. Let's keep doing the mess that we doing. And we're going to bring some other innocent ones along like we brought you. Great. That's how I see it. It's not so much like, let's ambush the innocent without reason. Like, nah, there's a reason. Like, we're just going to walk on through. Enjoy, turn up. Nothing's wrong with turning up, but let's just do it all the time and get everybody else to do it and distract everybody. And I feel like a lot of the quote unquote enticement is distraction half the time. Right. I feel like when I'm doing stuff, like, and I'm focused, that's when I get the most distraction. And I know y'all feel the same way. Like, when you're focused, that's when the distraction comes out of nowhere. It's like, should I not? But what should I do? But I feel that all the time. It's like, yo, dang it. ugh. And then when you go, nah, I'm good, you feel like a, dang it. But that's like, like
Yeah.
you said, like ambushing. It's like a,
Right.
hey, come on through. Here's a
Mhm.
distraction. Let me ambush you. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, no,
I don't
no,
want
you
that
got to
work.
get through it. Yeah, it's like, yo, I don't want that smoke tonight.
Not at
I
all.
can't do it. It's going to
Not
take
at
a
all.
while for me to get back right. So, yeah.
Facts. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we look at this, the way verse 11 is terming it, it's almost as if the enticer, in this case, the sinner, is coming to that person that they're trying to entice. And they're actually saying, come with us. Let's lie
Mm-hmm.
in wait for blood. Let us ambush the innocent without reason. Let me ask you this question. If somebody came up to you like, yo, Miss B, come on with us, man. We about to lie in wait for some blood, We about to hit a lick, man, and probably catch a body, Like how you respect, like don't you just be like, I ain't going with you. Like, it's not wrong with you, my guy.
No shade. When I was younger, I'd be like,
Yeah.
a body? Like, what we doing? Where now I'm like, you want to do what?
Right.
No, y'all crazy. Where before, like when I was younger, I'd be like, what kind of body,
Yeah.
And granted, we're not saying a for real body.
Right.
It could be anything. But it'd
Yeah.
be like, yo, you gonna smoke what? Like, we drinking what?
Yeah.
Cool. Where
Right.
now I'm like, oh, that's not really conducive right now. I have things to do. So yeah, it's not necessarily a quote unquote body, but
Right.
whatever you want to say the body is,
Mhm.
you can be consumed with it and it will swallow you alive and you can't get out. So
Right.
yeah, it's like I've had that happen in my past. And even now, I have
Mhm.
distractions that come through that'll wake up my previous life and be like, you know what? Maybe for a little while.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The reason why I wanted to point this out, right, is because of the fact that look how blatantly they're coming at a person to entice them. I think this is something that we should really pay attention to, because sometimes we feel like people are only going to come in like this underhanded type of way, like, gotcha, like the bait and switch. But according to the Bible right here, it's telling you that sometimes enticements are coming in an obvious way, where sometimes some people friend really hit them up and be like, yo, man, you trying to come through and blaze up? Or, you trying to come through, Netflix and chill, to keep it PG. Y'all know what that means?
Yeah.
And sometimes that enticement can come in a way where it is being obviously spoken to you. And most people would be like, hold on, if somebody just said, hey, let's go rob and murder somebody, like, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I think the majority of people, especially those listening to this channel, are like, nah, that's not going to happen. But I think by giving us such an overt answer, it's letting us know that when we are enticed, it's going to be with something that we have some desire within us for. And guess what? Those people know how to entice us with it. And sometimes it can just be as simple as catching you at the wrong time. Now, let me get real for a minute. You ever been at a time in your life where you might have been going through something? You wasn't at your best. And somebody just came with something that normally you wouldn't even be down to do that. Like you said before, that's in my past life. But they just caught you at that right moment. And they asked you overtly, like, yo, you down to do this? Something that you ain't with no more. But they caught you at the right time.